So I've got to say, this is probably the cheapest 10.1-inch tablet I've ever seen. On the back you get some specs here. It's a quad-core 10.1-inch IPS with a 6600 mAh battery, 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal storage, Wi-Fi, and then 2 megapixel front camera and 5 megapixel rear. There's not much else around the box except it says it has Android 6.0. One little thing I noticed as I'm opening this up is that there's a sticker called Tears Invalid, but when you actually take it out and you see this void here, just know that that means it's used. So if you're buying this off of eBay or something, just make sure those stickers are there, and if you see this, that means it's a used device. In the box, you get the tablet itself. Underneath that, you get a user manual, a feedback card, a USB to wall outlet used for the micro USB cable that can recharge the tablet, and you get a case itself here, which is pretty nice. The tablet actually looks a lot similar to the HairPad 10.1-inch tablet that I reviewed back in 2016. It has the same back look with the gray feel, and then the camera, 5 megapixel camera there. Then the speakers are located on the side. There's only one speaker grill. It looks like there's two, but it either emits from here or here. It's either one. It's possible that it could be both, but I don't think so. I highly doubt it. Either way, on top you have the power button and volume keys. On the right side you have the DC port, micro USB cable, and then a 3.5mm headphone jack, and the micro SD card slot on the bottom, and I believe this is either a microphone or reset button. Then there's nothing really much else. Out of the box, you've got about 9 gigs available. This is after I updated some apps. There also doesn't seem to be too much bloatware here. It's just your standard stuff with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions, but for the most part it is your basic, not stock Android, but not too much bloatware. It's got a 1280 by 800 resolution, so you can watch videos in HD, 720p. And there's also the front megapixel camera, 2 megapixel camera up there in the middle. Pictures you can take on here are okay. You gotta hold a steady hand, and plus it zooms in kind of like with some other tablets we've seen before. So everything came out really well, good to take notes in class. So here's the front cam. It's kind of shaky, not 100% smooth, but it'll do for a Skype call or video call. Everything came out pretty grainy, as to be expected, nothing special there, but it's usable.
Intel is better than AMD or vice versa, but just remember that once you pick a processor side.
So the video is playing in HD 720p, and unfortunately the speaker only emits from one side, which is the left side here, or right side, and not the left side at all, so that's kind of unfortunate. Would have been nice to see two sides, but I guess we can't complain too much at the price. On the Antutu benchmark, this gets a score of 37,000, and that's not bad. Now that's actually lower than a lot of other tablets that I've tested out, but again, those are going for about $100 or a little more. Benchmarks are one thing, performance is another. A MTK 8163 quad-core processor, Mali T720 GPU, 1280 by 800 display, 2 gigs of RAM. On the Geekbench multi-score, it comes out to be 518 for the single core and a little over 1400 for the multi-core. And then computing, it usually gets around 1100, a little over 1100. So nothing special there, a little lower than some other tablets that I've seen at the $100 price point. Now benchmarks are one thing, but game performance is another. So first game we're checking out here is Subway Surfers. All the games I usually test out are free. You can find them on the Play Store. So far the gameplay seems to be alright on here. Now I say it's playable, but some people might not think so or agree, because it does freeze up once in a while, so I noticed that. Right before my camera just stopped working, it did freeze at that moment, so if only I was able to capture it. But besides that, yeah, this does look relatively alright. You know, you can say it's playable. Next game we're checking out here is Sonic Dash Sonic Boom 2. Now, the game doesn't always seem to be in sync with the sound, and in the beginning it was just really slow, but I think it's just that everything was loading up. That's just my guess. But yeah, it does seem playable still, and that's pretty impressive, I gotta say. Not as smooth as some other tablets that I've tested, but still not bad at all. There are some games that don't work so well on here, like Helix Jump here. If you try to go down, you can see that stutter and freeze. It makes it a little hard to play the game. So what's weird is that I'm playing this game called Roblox, and yeah, sure, it's not completely smooth or anything, but surprisingly, it's smoother than other tablets that I've tested out before. So I'm not sure. You guys can tell if it's playable or not if you've played this before. I honestly never know what I'm doing here in this game. The last and final game I want to check out here is PUBG Mobile. I was intrigued to see that Roblox was playing a little better than expected, so I want to see what we can get with this. So far, it's not completely smooth, obviously. So I am noticing slowdowns, and it's not completely smooth in frame rate. So I guess I would say this isn't playable. I think it's safe to say. I'm still surprised that this is even able to load up, and overall, I gotta say, this tablet itself is not bad for the price it's going for. Now, the price does fluctuate, so at the time of this video, I believe they have it back in stock. It was out of stock for a while, so that's one thing. Say, this does sell out quickly, but I contacted them. They said that they have more in stock. By the way, I do want to thank them for sending this out, Winnovo. They liked my other video I made, so I asked them if we wanted to do a tablet video, and here we are. But yeah, overall, first impressions, I gotta say, pretty good for the price it is. You can watch videos in HD, 720p. Some 3D games won't work too well, like Helix Jump, but others might work better. Even open world games seem to be better based on the performance that I've seen, just slightly, not too much though. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Leave a like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more. As always, thanks for watching.